these are two notebooks that I got from Diaso in down in Sacramento in California. They were super cheap. They're A6 size. So if you want to see that in comparison to Hobonichi Avec A6, they look almost exactly the same. When you put this one on top, you'll notice that the Hobonichi is just a little bit bigger. However, if you were to pair these up in a traveler's notebook or something, you wouldn't probably notice the difference that much. As far as the thickness goes, that's the Hobonichi Avec on the right, and this is the Diaso notebook on the left. Now, I got these because I'm in school and I take a lot of notes during class, but I don't like carrying around big notebooks. I never have. And so what I tend to do is just buy little notebooks like this and use them, maybe like one for each class. So that's what I got them for originally. This one right now is kind of a half and half book. So from the front forward into the middle, I've put all kinds of information about. I'm applying to undergraduate school, so basically, as I'm doing all this kind of research about schools and applying and my major and all of that, I'm just writing it in here. And then I created this index in the front and I numbered all of the pages. Then in the back, I did a pen test just to see, what I wanted to use in here, which maybe I'll leave that open for you for a second. And then if you want to pause the video and take a closer look at some of the pens that I used. And then, so then I also divided it right down the middle, which I knew was the middle because I numbered all the pages. And on this section forward, I'm researching investing, stock market investing, just all kinds of investing. And so eventually this book, I'll continue to use the back half for investment information, and then I'll use the front half moving forward with just anytime I need to research something about schools or different programs or anything related to that. I'll just keep doing that and fill up this whole book. The paper halfway through, this one I got to page 151. I don't know if I counted all the pages actually. I think I just said that looks pretty well close to half. So, but I think there's probably at least 300 pages in here. Close to it anyway. It's pretty thin paper. It's not Tomo River paper thin, but it's pretty thin paper. Now, it's thin paper, but obviously it bleeds through and shadows and stuff like that. I was pretty surprised with the midliners on this paper. You can see I used a whole bunch of different, actually these are midliners and this is another type of pen. But you basically can't even see them on the other side, which I was pretty impressed with. Same with all the Micron Pigma ink. That's pretty good. So the cover that I have on this one, I actually bought when I was in Taiwan, and it wasn't a branded cover or anything like that. In fact, it didn't come from a nice stationery store. It just came from a grocery store, and they had a stationery section in the grocery store with these, and I think it was something like 50 cents. And it just so happened that this fit inside of it, and then, it's got this little zipper pocket in the back, so if you wanted to put stuff in there, which I hardly ever do. And then because I like to bring this with me all the time and I like to just chuck it in my bag and I don't want it to get destroyed, I also bought this from Diaso, which is a bento box strap. I think I got 2 for, I don't know, $1.50. And so I use that just to keep it closed. So if I chuck it in my bag, it doesn't get opened and the pages don't get all bent up. And obviously it bends this zipper part over the edge, but I think that's actually working out to my advantage and protecting the edge even a little bit more. So that's that. This one's unused. Now, here's the problem with this. It's a cheapy little book, which is great. I think it was $1.50, and I really like the size. I like the paper. But if you notice the binding, it's not a sewn binding like a Hobonichi or a Life book or anything like that. It's just glued in, which, this one's pretty good. It lays pretty flat. I haven't had any problems with it. But you'll notice this first page has already come out. And this next page is starting to come out. And so basically, the more I use it, the more that's just going to keep happening. So what I'm going to do is get just some clear tape and put it over this section. I just wanted to finish my index here before I did that. I don't know if that's how long that will last. I'll have to do that back here as well. So that's something to consider, that it's not, really archival quality or anything like that. But if you're just looking for something cheap that comes, maybe you just like the A6 size and, and you use lots of notebooks, but you can't afford for everyone to be a Hobonichi. This is kind of a good little book for that. Okay, that is the end. If you like the video, please make sure to, like the video, and hit subscribe if you want to see what else is coming up next. Okay, bye.